Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today we're going to have a look at the old Austin because I was hoping to bring you a video of actually driving it properly, but sadly things have not quite gone to plan, so let's go and have a little look and talk about what's happened.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
Yeah, so a few weeks before the Chiltern Hills Rally, I'm going to get it out to take it for a drive. It's currently parked up behind Bram at AJF, so here she is, bonnet still off. What has happened? Well, got it started, so the guys here got it running, and the car was making power. It was going really nicely, but you'll notice there's some little rusty lines there, some watermarks. So yeah, got it running, it started up no problem at all. Took it for a little drive just round this estate here, and it didn't really have power. It was sort of popping and wheezing and misfiring a bit, which is a bit strange, seeing as, you know, no one had changed the timing, no one had changed anything. It's got new spark plugs in it. It's had, you know, fair bit done to it. Auto vac was checked, carburettor was completely stripped, cleaned, and it was going sweetly. So took it out for a little run, got it back round here, and it was, you know, not happy. It really was not happy. And what we noticed was about where these lines are, and there's actually a bit of moisture there still now, the water, the coolant, was actually venting out here. So you've got the head gasket sandwiched in here, and the coolant was actually venting out. It was basically steam and little spits of water. So I sort of left it for a while, thought, oh Christ, you know, 'cause you probably see there's a bit of a wet bit there. So the head's had a crack in it for many, many years. My father drove it like it. Whether he should have done that or not, I don't know, but it's his car, it's up to him. But it seemed to go fine, no issues at all. I think it's had a new head gasket done at some point, but after this morning where we'd taken it out for a little, or tried to take it out for a little drive, so let everything cool down, top the water up, and tried to go and restart it, and the starter motor, as you remember from a previous video, it's got a little floor, a little button in the middle of the floor, and nothing was happening. Electrics were all fine because the horn was working. It's the easiest way to check on one of these, so that was all right. So, oh Christ, pushed it back into this spot, which is great fun, pushing this car because it weighs an absolute ton. And I'll spin you right around again. And yeah, so Graham, one of the guys here, had a look at it on the Monday after this, trying to drive it at this weekend, because really hoping to get it to the Chiltern Hills Rally under its own steam, but for whatever reason it's not happened. Well, the reason I'm going to tell you now is why it didn't get there. So the reason it wasn't even the dyno start wasn't even engaging is because the engine has now seized up. So nothing's happened on it since, although someone has had a look at it, I think, because this top hose has been taken off. So someone's obviously had a little bit of a look just to see what's going on. So what's going to happen next? Well, need to basically free the engine off, so I think Graham's going to try putting some penetrating fluid down the spark plug holes to get it going, and then I guess it's a question of getting the head off. Now this is the bit I kind of need some help on, so if anyone from the Austin 12, the Vintage Austin Register or the Austin 12 groups is watching this, then we could really, ideal situation is we could do the new head, if there's one available. It's a cast iron cylinder head on these, so there are people who can repair them. That'll repair the crack, but if the crack goes all the way through the water jacket and you've got nothing between the top of the pistons and the water jacket, then a new head's going to be required. It's going to be really fiddly to get it repaired. So I'm asking the community for help. So if anyone knows where I can get a replacement cylinder head for an Austin Heavy 12.4 from 1929. It's the 1.8 litre engine, I think. Then, oh, it sounds like a very nice plane going over. Can we see where it is? Oh, there it is. It is a very nice plane. Look at that. Spitfire, Mustang, and something American. Very nice. That's why I love living around here, because you get this kind of stuff all the time. Oh, it's a bit distracted now. It cheers me up. Talking about something that's making me sad, but then you see something like that and it cheers you up, especially when you hear Merlin engines going over. Yeah, so if we can find a new cylinder head, that would be the easiest solution. So cylinder head and gasket is required. Obviously flushing the engine, clearing out the goop. I don't know if it's gone mayonnaise. We can probably pull the dipstick up and have a look. So the oil's bloody black actually, but it's not gone creamy or engine jam like, to use Simon Jeffries' expression. But we do need to sort this car out, because it's sort of the last part of my late father's estate to deal with, and the intention is to sell the car, but I'd far rather sell it running and driving, because it is nice to drive. It's hard work driving it, but it is nice to drive. It's great fun, completely unsuited to modern traffic, but do you know what? Hey ho. Then I suppose the other thing to consider is, do we just sell it as it is? I mean, it's the shell and the chassis is perfectly good, and if it goes to someone who really invested, and I have to be honest, I'm not massively invested in this type of car. I was having this chat with someone a few weeks ago. I think, the vintage car scene is very much its own thing, and obviously I'm more into classics and modern classics rather than the vintage stuff. And I think, this really needs someone who's absolutely passionate about this sort of car. It's not a car that I'd really want to have on my fleet, I have to be honest. It's interesting, and I'm really happy to make content, just because I'm showing you a piece of history. It's a car that's 95 years old, so it is really interesting, but it's not something that I want to be taking shows. The sort of shows I enjoy going to are the MG Rover stuff, the modern classic car stuff. You saw my video on Coventry Motor Fest. Yeah, there was a massive selection of cars there, but there was a lot of 1980s, 1990s and 2000s cars there, and it's my thing. I'm just being completely candid. I believe in being very honest about what I like and dislike, and I don't dislike the vintage car stuff, but it's not something I love and I'm passionate about. So can I get a cylinder head for it? If so, great, job done, we'll get it sorted out. Should I sell it like this? I don't know, you tell me in the comments down below. What do you think? This video really is me reaching out to the community, the wider community, and asking for help. So, advice, suggestions, thoughts are massively welcome. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It is a beautiful thing. I was looking at it, so I think there was an Austin Ascot Coventry last weekend, and part of me thought, should I try a bit harder with this type of car? But it's not for me. I have to be honest, it's not for me. It's a job that's got to be done. I'm my father's executor. I've got to conclude his affairs. This is an asset of his estate, so we've got to do things properly and dispose of those assets. But it's not one that I'm gonna be pushing myself. We will try and get it ready or get it sold, depending on what you guys think. You guys, some of you guys watching, I know the last video I did in this car got some really good views, so hopefully we're going to get some more comments on this that are going to be help. And I know I had some really helpful comments on the last video, so if I can get the same again, I'll be really happy and very grateful. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share with your friends, drop a comment down below, please. And I'll see you again very soon on the next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.